Hello dear students, this is your Jagan sir and welcome back to our YouTube channel Physics with Jagan sir, and we had successfully completed uniformly accelerated motion equations along the horizontal direction and along the vertical direction also, and after that we completed relative motion in one dimension. Yes, these were the topics we were covered so far, and today we will start two-dimensional motion, two-dimensional motion of an object. Two-dimensional motion of an object, that is, the topic name is velocity and acceleration in two-dimensional motion. The topic name is velocity and acceleration in two-dimensional motion. In two-dimensional motion, right? Now see here, the first point is we have seen very cleverly and clearly in our previous classes, if an object starts its journey and ending its journey at this point, then we can use Sx displacement value if it is initially have velocity on x-axis as s is equals to uxt plus half axt square. Similarly, velocity value Vx, that is final velocity attained by the object at this location, Vx is equals to ux plus axt after some time t, right? And third point, b square minus u square is equals to 2as also, bx square minus ux square is equals to 2ax sx, like this suffixes. Clear? Now the next point is, we have again seen if an object is locating at this point, if it is moving in the upward direction and it reaches this location with a velocity vy, initially let us assume it is having a velocity uy and it attains a distance sy, then we used sy is equals to uy t after some time t half ay t square, right? Then similarly, vy square minus uy square is equals to 2ay sy. Similarly, vy is equals to uy plus ay t. These are the formulas we are representing in horizontal direction as well as in vertical direction. Clear? Now let us see, the case is, suppose an object is present at this location, an object is present at this location, let it be y-axis, let it be x-axis, let it be x-axis. Now if the object is moving like this from this place to this place, now on the x-axis its displacement is sx, on the y-axis its displacement is sy. Now let us assume initially, suppose it is having a velocity, initial velocity as u value, initial velocity as u. Now it can gives ux on x-axis, uy on y-axis. It will have two velocities, initially on x-axis ux value, initially on y-axis uy values. Clear? Now if I want to find, similarly, again one more point I missed here, it is possessing acceleration on x-axis as ax, acceleration on y-axis as ay. Now though the object is moving from this point to this point, if I want to find sx displacement, now I should write uxt plus half axt square, uxt plus half axt square. Similarly, vx is equals to ux plus axt. Similarly, vx square minus ux square is equals to 2as sx. These are on x-axis. These formulas we have to use if we want to find displacement, velocity, acceleration along the x-axis. Similarly, if I want to find displacement, velocity, acceleration, velocity means, suppose here it is possessing velocity v, then this will be the velocity on x-axis, this will be the velocity on y-axis, on x-axis and y-axis vx, vy respectively. Now if this displacement sy, I can write as uyt plus half ayt square. Similarly, vy is equals to uy plus ayt. Similarly, this vy is this one, right? Similarly, Vy square minus Uy square is equals to 2Ay Sy. These are the method of finding displacement or velocity values on the x-axis or y-axis, like simultaneously, right? Now, third point, let us see some numericals over this concept. The first one is the first one is see the question number 1. In the coordinate system, the directions to the right and upward are defined as the positive directions. In the x direction, a toy aircraft has an initial velocity component ux is equals to 20 meter per second. That is, the toy is present here. Its initial velocity ux is equals to 20 meter per second. First point. And the acceleration component 20 meter per second, that is ax is also in the same direction with the 20 meter per second square, right? The analogous quantities are uy. Initial velocity about y-axis is uy is equals to 15 meter per second, and acceleration about y-axis ay is equals to 10 meter per second square, right? After time t, after t is equals to 5 seconds, after t is equals to 5 seconds, right? The x and y components of the toy's displacement. That means here, for the object, acceleration and velocity are acting in the rightward direction and in the upward direction. So obviously the object will try to move like this. Try to move like this. Suppose the object locates at this point after time, after 5 seconds. After 5 seconds. If the object is locating at this point, then how can we write the displacement relations? Now, Sx is equals to uxt plus half AXT square. I am giving this example for your clarity of understanding. To improve your clarity of understanding, I am giving this as an example. Then we will see one more example, 2, 3 also. Then ux is equals to here 25 half 25 square, which is equals to 100 plus 10 into 25, which is 350 meters. That means this point is 350 meters. 350 meters. Similarly, sy, they are asking us displacement on y-axis also. Now, displacement on y-axis, sy is equals to u by t plus half a by t square. Now, uy is equals to 15, time is 5, half 10, 5 square, right? Now this will be 75, 5 into 25, 75 plus 125, which is equals to 200 meters. This says that this length is equals to 200 meters. This length is equals to 200 meters. That is, on y-axis it is at a distance of 200 meters from the origin. Then next, they are asking us to find x and y components of the aircraft displacement. These are the x and y components. Very good. Then B part of the question is about the toy aircraft's final velocity. Final velocity. That means what will be the velocity at this point? At this point, V is the velocity, which is having two components, Vx, Vy. Vx and Vy as the two components. Now see here, can I say, suppose, sorry, I want to find Vx value. Now, by using Vx is equals to Ux plus Axt. Now, Ux value is they given as 20 plus Ax value is 20 after time 5 seconds, which is 120 meter per second. This is what is Vx value. Similarly, Vy is equals to Uy plus Ayt. That is, Uy is equals to 15, Ay is equals to 10, time is 5, which is equals to 65 meter per second. This is what is Vy value. Now see here, this is Vx, this is Vy. So Vx value is V, Vx, Vy. Vy is 65, Vx is equals to 120 meter per second. I hope it is very clear for you. Then next one, this question completed. Next one, see second question. A particle leaves the origin with velocity of with a velocity of 3i. That means it is 3i means 3 meter per second on the x-axis as the initial velocity. So u and acceleration as a is equals to minus 1i minus half j meter per second square as the constant acceleration. It is a constant acceleration when it reaches the maximum x coordinate. See here, when an object reaches this point and coming here this distance is maximum when it is attaining a final velocity as 0, as the final velocity is 0. If final velocity becomes 0, then the particle is reaches maximum displacement, right? Then when it reaches the maximum x coordinate, what are its velocity? So when it reaches the maximum displacement, its velocity is 0, first point. Then position vector, what will be the position vector? That means if the object reaches here, velocity is 0, and what is the position, right? Now by using Sx is equals to uxt plus half axt square. But here they are not given any t term. Let us first of all find t term. Now by using, let it be equation number 1. By using Vx is equals to ux plus axt. Here Vx value is we known at the maximum displacement of the object, velocity will be 0. So Vx is 0, ux is 3, and acceleration is given as minus 1 into t. Therefore t is equals to 3 seconds. Now displacement value I can find Sx is equals to ux value is 3, initial velocity on the x-axis is 3, time taken is 3 plus acceleration is minus 1 into 3 square, which is equals to 9 minus 9 by 2, which is 4.5 meters. This is what is the position vector of the object for the second question. Then let us see for the third question. The third question is, a moderate wind accelerates a pebble over a horizontal xy plane with a constant acceleration value as 4i plus 8j. At a time t is equals to 0, the velocity is at a time t is equals to 0. Its velocity, initial velocity on x-axis is 4i, that is I represents on the x-axis. That means here its initial velocity on x-axis is 4 meter per second, right? Then what are the magnitude and angle of its velocity? Magnitude of the velocity they are asking. What is the magnitude of velocity? See here, the object is here starts its journey from this point, and initially it possesses certain amount of velocity as 4 meter per second, but there is no initial velocity on the y-axis according to the question, but there is a acceleration on the y-axis as 8 and acceleration on the x-axis as 4. Clear? Acceleration on the x-axis is 4. That means obviously the object will reaches a location because the acceleration is existing in the upward direction. So obviously the object will move in the upward direction along with the rightward direction, right? Now it would attain a velocity here. This will be Vx, this will be Vy, right? Now Vx is equals to Ux plus Axt, right? Now, of course, here ux value is present, ax value is present, but t value is not present. That means when it has displaced 16 meters parallel to the x-axis, and again they mentioned that this is 16 meters. S is equals to Sx is equals to 16 meters. So by using Sx is equals to uxt plus half axt square. Now Sx is equals to 16, ux is equals to 4, t value which we are going to find, half acceleration is equals to 4 into t square. That is 16, 4t, 2t square, or I can write it as t square 2t minus 8 is equals to 0. Now, t square plus 4t minus 2t minus 8 is equals to 0. Then t of t plus 4 minus 2 t plus 4 is equals to 0. So, t is equals to 2 seconds minus 4. Obviously, time will not be in negatives. So, this will be neglected. So, time taken to travel 16 meters for the object from here to here is equals to 2 seconds. 2 seconds, right? Now we are going to find velocity. Velocity. That is, the object reaches from here to here. Suppose it is having velocity v here, it should possess vx component and vy component. Right? Now, vx is equals to ux plus half axt. Ux value is given as 4 plus ax value is given as 4, time is 2, which is 12 meter per second, which is 12 meter per second. Then vy is equals to uy plus ay t, and uy is equals to 0 according to this diagram. Uy is equals to 0, which I had already shown you here, right? Uy is equals to 0 plus ay acceleration on the y axis is 8 and time taken is 2 seconds. So vy is equals to 16 meter per second, right? And here this will be 16. Now let us assume this will be the angle tan theta is equals to opposite angle by adjacent angle. Opposite angle is this one, which is parallel to Vy, 16, and adjacent angle is 12, which is equals to 4 by 3. Then theta is equals to 53 degrees, right? They are asking angle of its velocity also, that's why I write angle here. And velocity component, velocity is equals to Vxi plus Vyj, and Vx is equals to 12i plus 16j, right? And if you want magnitude, you can write under root of 12 square plus 16 square, and you will get the magnitude of the velocity, right? Probably you might enjoy the class, and I am giving you fourth question as, see here, a particle moves so that its coordinates vary with x is equals to a sine omega t, y is equals to a cos omega t, z is equals to bt square, right? Then find the position, initial position. Initial position means at t is equals to 0, what is the initial position? So at t is equals to 0, x a sine 0, that is x is equals to 0. At t is equals to 0, y a cos 0, so y is equals to a, then z b 0 square, z is equals to 0, z is equals to 0. So at t is equals to 0 initial position x is equals to 0, y is equals to 0, z is equals to 0 means 0i, 0j, 0k. That means at origin. Let us say at origin, right? Similarly, number B, what is its velocity? So velocity means x is equals to a sine omega t, means its velocity becomes d by dx of a sine omega t, which is equals to a omega cos omega t. This is x coordinate Vx. Similarly, y is equals to a cos omega t, then v is equals to d by dy of a cos omega t, which is equals to vy is equals to a minus of omega sin omega t, right? Now z is equals to bt square, then dz by dt, which is equals to vz is equals to 2bt, right? Now at initial position, initial case, t is equals to 0 means vx is equals to a omega cos omega, that is cos 0, which is equals to a omega 1 a omega vx value. Similarly, vy is equals to minus a omega sin 0, which is equals to 0. Similarly, vz to be 0, vz is equals to 0. Then finally, velocity is equals to a omega I plus 0 j 0 k, which is equals to a omega I. So velocity magnitude is equals to a omega. This is the velocity attained by the object at initial position. And third one is acceleration. Similarly, ax is equals to dvx by dt, that is dvx value is vx value is d by dx of a omega cos omega t, which is equals to minus of a omega square sin omega t, right? And at t is equals to 0, acceleration ax minus a omega square sin 0, which is equals to 0. Acceleration on x-axis is 0. Similarly, acceleration on y-axis d by dt of vy, vy means here minus a omega sin omega t. This turns to be a omega square cos omega t minus of, so it will be at t is equals to 0 minus a omega square 0, sorry, 1. Now this will be minus a omega square a by, right, a by, because here, so if I substitute cos omega 0, that will be 0 only. Then az is equals to d by dt of vz, vz value is d by dt of 2bt, which is equals to 2b. So there is, it's a constant, to az is equals to constant, there is no need of t substitution of t value, right? Then acceleration is equals to axi ay j az k, right, 0 I plus minus a omega square j plus 2b k, which is equals to acceleration minus a omega square j plus 2b k. This is the acceleration of the given system, and this is what is our today's class. Hope you will enjoy the class, because, and the next point is, due to time, I need to give more knowledge in less time. That's why I'm going little bit speed. Probably I think so, like that. And if you want, you can see again and again. You will get the clarity in the subject. Obviously, I'm promising this will help you in your final examination a lot, right? So for your daily practice sheets or weekend examination papers, you have to follow our YouTube. Sorry, you have to follow our Telegram channel only. So there only I'm posting, and our Telegram channel, probably you might familiar with us, that physics with Jagan sir, physics with Jagan sir, and there you will get the stuff, and do practice very well. That will help you to build a strong career in your future, right? Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.